center of influence and, managing your contacts and building relationships. The first thing I want to show you here is this chart. Okay. In this chart, this is, kind of talks to you about the different strategies that you're going to have when it comes to your database. All right, and I'll give you an example. In the very center of this chart is your core advocates. These are raging fans that just absolutely would do business with you every single time. They're going to refer you business. They know you very well. This is family members, close friends, and eventually, business people that really, care about you and that you have a strong business relationship with. So the second tier here is called advocates. And again, your advocates are people that know you, are willing to do business with you, and are going to continue to do business with you, and they're a raging fan. But they're not quite as strong as your core. Okay, so they're just a little bit out on that limb, and we're going to get down to identifying everybody in your life and how they can play a role in your real estate career. Okay, and then you have allied resources. Allied resources are like vendors that would support you, a landscaping company, a home inspector, an attorney, people that you do business with that would then do business back with you. All right, so you're going to need to have these, allied resources that you're going to be, doing business with as well. And then you expand out a little further to like your network group. All right, and your network group are people that you've met. Some of them are willing to do business with you. Some of them really haven't made a conscious effort yet to do business with you. They're aware of what you've done, but they don't know if they would, you don't know or aren't confident yet that they would refer you business, okay? And so, but they've met you, and they are aware that you exist. And so that's a good thing, but we want to deepen relationships and bring them closer in, bring them into the allied resource, bring them all the way down into maybe being an advocate for you in real estate. All right, and then your next ring out is called your target group. These are people that you haven't met, but you would like to know. This is the target people. It's kind of say, if I were to pick my perfect customer, this is who that would be, and that's who I'm going to go after. I'll give you an example. If I was an ex-doctor and I was going after doctors, then maybe that would be my target group that I haven't met yet. I'm going to go after these doctors. And then you have the next group out is your general public, and again, they haven't met you either. And these are going to be people that you're going to solicit to. These are people like that come through our Boomtown. All right, they're the general public. We're running ads. They come into our website, and now we've met them. And our goal is to bring them into working and doing business with us. But at the moment, they're just answering or responding to ads. This would be somebody that called in off of a for sale sign, off an ad in a magazine. Again, this is solicitation, to the general public. All right. So you can kind of see what we want to try to do is we're constantly moving people to our core. If you can get your advocates and your core advocates up to 100 people inside that section, then you are well on your way to being a top agent. All right. And so that's the mental goal. That's that's your target goal. That's what you want to try to do when it comes to building these kind of things. So we're gonna be doing all kinds of marketing options out there. James, I'm going to mute you from my end unless you can do it from your end, because I'm picking up a little background noise from you on your mic. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. This is what happens with leads, okay? So we're gonna start over here on our left side that says met. So you can kind of see right there. There's the met. So there are people that we've made contact with, that we've met them, whether it be via phone, via email. So this is a new contact, for a lead that has come our way. We're going to launch that, launch what's called an 8x8 plan, or some type of plan of contact, of how we want to contact this person over a series of time. At our company, and for those of those agents that have top producer through us, we have already built an 8x8 plan, which stands for 8 contacts over an 8-week period. All right? And after 8 weeks, they should solidify into knowing that you're in real estate, believe in you, and make the commitment to be an advocate for you. All right? And of course, you're gonna launch your 8x8 plan, and you're gonna put everybody into your database. All right? And then again, we're gonna stay on the left-hand side, and then you're gonna need to have what's called a touch plan. So not only do you have people in your life, and you have people that you've met in your life, and leads and people and business people that you have in your life, but now you have to actually have a plan of how you're going to stay connected to them over time, to where you put the plan in place and then you follow the plan, so that you're not trying to go, okay, who did I not call this week? Oh yeah, I need to call them. Oh, who do I need to send this letter out to? Oh yeah, I need to send it out to them. Because if you rely on your own mind to try to keep up with what should be going on, you'll touch a few people here, a few people there, a few will fall through the cracks, someone will never get touched, and then you're just, I'll be honest with you, you're just hodgepodging, putting it together. And you may find success with that. And to be honest with you, we have some very, very successful agents in our company that don't do any of this, okay? I could imagine what their business would look like if they actually manage their communication, okay? They don't, but they're still successful because they've been able to create a network of people that communicate with them, all right? They have more raging fans than they realize. But if you can be proactive about it, systematic about it, then you can excel much further, much faster, and it's predictable, okay? And so it's really just comes down, I don't want to say a numbers game, but it just comes down through following through on processes. So a 33 touch plan is designed to touch somebody 33 times throughout a calendar year, okay? At our company, we bumped it up to a 52 touch plan between social media, emails, and actual real mail, and phone calls, of course. Okay, so we've designed a 52 touch plan to stay in touch with our clients. And so what comes from all that communication from those plans? Well, you're going to keep them as a customer. They're going to be repeat business, or they're going to be new business for you, okay, if they've never done business with you. The second thing is you're going to get referral business from this customer or this contact. Referral business is when they have somebody in their life that has a real estate need, and they recommend you to help them with their real estate need. And so that's the process of what can come from staying in contact with your database. And so then what happens is this business referral then shoots all the way back up here to your 8x8 plan, okay? Or and then you put them through your 8x8 plan. They come through, and then they become part of your 33 touch plan, and then they become an advocate or part of your system that refers you business. Make sense? So now let's talk about the people that we haven't met. This is our target market people. These are the people that we want to do business with. Now maybe it's a neighborhood, a geographic area. Again, maybe it's a career place, maybe it's people that like boats, or maybe it's people that like sports and have kids on baseball teams, and I'm connected in the baseball community. And so I'm going to go after everybody and introduce everybody that might be in a particular community around town. So, you can find and connect with people in a lot of different ways. So now you have to have, again, they're going to go into a database, your potential customers, people you haven't met. You're going to have at least a 12, if you're doing a farm or geographic area, you're going to have at least a 12-month mailing campaign, all right, to where you drip on them each month. You're sending them information to get business. And this stuff does work. It's expensive, though, because you have to maintain contact over a long period of time for it to to be rewarding. But once it starts rewarding, it typically becomes a snowball. One success turns into a second success in that same market area. All right, and that generates, again, new business. All right, through mailings, through phone calls, through things that you're doing, that generates new business. And what do you do with your new business? Again, you launch your 8x8 plan, and they trickle down through here on the left-hand side, repeat business or referral business. So now you take care of them. So these are some really great charts to give you an understanding on how you should focus your different contacts and what type of category or a process that you need to put them in, depending if you haven't met them, how you want to take them, people that you have met and that are currently in your life now, and how that's going to play out. Okay? So now we're going to talk about recalibrating the people that are currently in your life. Does that make sense? We're going to look at all the people in our lives, and we're going to see how they can benefit our business. All right, because we're all independent contractors. We're in business together, but we are in business for ourselves. So we want to make sure, we want to understand how to, calibrate ourselves. So what is a database? Well, it's a list of your relationships that you currently have. A database isn't a mailing list or a farming list or people that don't know you. A database is people that you've met in your life that you potentially can do business with, or, All right, so we want to put them in some type of category here. So I like this system. It's called the ABC system. All right, and A's and A pluses, I'm just going to kind of highlight this, are referring relationships who, all right, so we're gonna figure out and determine who are our A's and A pluses. The first step in building our database is we're going to make a list of everyone that we know, and then we're going to sort that list into a couple different categories: current clients, past clients, personal database, which includes friends, families, church, sagas, Little League, baseball, bridge club, etc. And then we're going to have our business, businesses that you refer. So these are our business relationships that we have. Then step 2, we're going to go through and we're going to put them in category A, B, or C. Your relationship for step 1 is A, B, or C. Most likely that they would, work with you. So here are the A's. Here are the different categories below. So an A plus client, all right, is people who have sent you multiple referrals that have closed. Now, a lot of us are new, so we don't have any closings to really put people in. All right, so most everybody in your database isn't going to be an A plus. It's going to probably be an A, unless it's a brother or family member or someone that would definitely give you the business. So then we put the A's are going to be people most likely willing to refer you, okay, or use you in business, all right, or use you in business. These are current clients, past clients, people who have sent you a referral in the past, And if you're a new agent, these are people that are most likely sold on you, people that really like you and would want to give you a shot. All right, so those are going to be our A's. Our B's are going to be people who you would, who would refer you if you asked and showed them how. All right, these are people in your database, sphere of influence, or center of influence, friends, family, holiday mailing list, and et cetera. People on Facebook, people on social media. Okay, so these are people that, you need to show, and that's a great word, show how to refer to you. So there's potential there, but you haven't cultivated the relationship enough, and you haven't educated them on how to send you referrals. And then you have your C's, and your C people are people that might refer you in the future. They're new additions to your database. These are people who you know, but you're not quite, you're not really connected with them yet. Okay? So these are people that you're going to have to deepen that relationship with and move them into the B cycle, and then maybe eventually get them to the A cycle. And then you have your Ds, and these are people that should be deleted from your database. They have vinegar attitudes, commission bottom feeders, people that just don't respect you and respect you as a business person. I'm not a firm believer of deleting anyone, but at the same time is you need to know who they are, so that if you are mailing to your database, or you are spending money or spending time, that you're not going to spend money and time on these people. You can exclude them, except here and there when you have marketing things that you're sending out in the marketplace, you can send them marketing pieces that don't cost money. But for instance, if I was going to have a pie giveaway at the end of the year and I wanted to give away a $3 to $5 pie to people that are in my database, well, I'm not going to invite these people that are Ds to come get a free pie. I already know they're not going to give me any business. All right? But if I was going to do an email blast about a new listing I had, I might include them, okay? Because there's a purpose there. Maybe they know somebody that needs a home. All right, so that's how I would use that and separate that D category. We also are going to examine business relationships, okay? We're going to look at all the businesses that we have. Like, for instance, an A+ is a business owner who endorses you and refers you, okay? Then you have your A business, A category for your business owner. Business owners you refer who do a great job for your clients. So this is surrounding yourself by great vendors that you use on a regular basis. That's going to be very important in your business. All right. Then you have your B categories. These are business owners you know and are connected to, but you really haven't done any business together. You haven't referred them business. They haven't referred you business. So you're going to have to think about deepening that relationship. And then C is business owners you know, but you haven't done any business with at all yet. All right, so this might be someone in your network group or at a community thing that you see, you hi, you wave, but you really haven't talked business before. All right. So now when we look at our database, we're going to look at our top 25 A's and A pluses, and we're going to look at these relationships. And if you don't have that many, well then, come up with as many as you can and just start somewhere. Step 4, we're going to use the mayor dialog below to call our top 25 in each category. And the top 25 people are people who already know you and refer you, recent past clients. These relationships are very warm. You are simply calling to verify that you're the agent that they would refer. And they still would refer. If they are, or someone that knew, if they knew somebody that might be buying or selling a house, that they would refer you. We're going to start with our favorite people first. It's always a very affirming to you when you hear them say, of course I'll refer you, right? And especially if you know them well. And that's where you want to start, and you start building up this confidence by using this dialogue. So here's the simple dialogue that we use. Oh, by the way, if you were buying or selling a home or had a friend or family member who was, do you have a realtor you would refer them to? That's it. That's it. I mean, that one line right there will get you so much business and build such a great network for yourself. It's unbelievable. All right, so for people that you know well, all right, these might be your friends, like your best friends and stuff. Oh, by the way, if you were buying or selling a home or had a friend or family member who was, am I the realtor you would refer them to? So you're identifying that. Now see, most people haven't had this conversation with their database. They haven't had this conversation with the people that are in their lives. And they wonder why they don't get any referrals from them. Well, they don't know to refer you. See, everybody in real estate sometimes just assumes that just because they know you and they know that you're in real estate, that they're going to refer you. No, they're not. They just know that you're in real estate. That's it. You didn't ask them to refer anybody to you. You didn't show them how to refer anybody to you. So don't expect them to refer anybody to you. They know that you're in real estate. If they personally might be thinking about buying or selling a property, they may come to you. But if there are people in their lives and their center of influence, the people that they communicate with, if they start talking about moving or selling or something like that, you're not going to come up in their mind because you haven't connected with them yet. You haven't showed them how. You haven't put them on the spot and said, hey, by the way, if you were buying or selling a home or had a friend or family member who was, do you have a realtor that you would refer them to? Oh, you don't? Great. You know, I like to be that person. So here's when using the mirror script, here are your options. If they respond, yes, I have someone I would refer them to, then your reply should be this: great. It's important that you have a qualified professional that you can work with. At this point, you know not to invest any more of your time. You know that that person is not going to be a resource for your business. They can be still your friend. Just you know that if you had a postcard that you were going to cost you money to mail out, you wouldn't mail to them. If you're going to give away a pie, you're not going to give them a pie because you know they're not going to give you any business, right? So now you know what category to put that particular person in. But if they respond to, no, I don't have anyone, then your reply could be this: well, I'd like to be that person. As you know, I'm brand new to real estate and I'm building my network. I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying that, and I added that. But you can just say, I would like to be that person. And from time to time, I come across valuable real estate information that everyone finds helpful. Would you like to receive it? And the answer is probably going to be sure. Why not? Okay, what's the best place for me to, send it to? Well, probably my home address. Wonderful. What is that? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. Now, if someone came up and I needed to get a hold of you, what's the best phone number I should reach you at? And again, all you're doing is confirming their contact information here, okay? So you're trying to make sure that you got their mailing address, so if you put something in the mail to them, that they're going to get it. I would add, what's your email address? I would add that in here if you don't have it. Add their email address. And now I have a phone number. I have a mailing address, email address, and a phone number. And this kind of answers the question that, that Nicole kind of had at the beginning. Well, I have some people that just, I only have their email. Okay. And then I have some people that only have their phone number. Okay. So now you know where to start. And then you can have this dialogue with them. But this last paragraph in your statement to them is, okay, great. I'm going to stay in touch with you, right? Because we have an action plan for them. I'm going to stay in touch with you. And if you know of anyone who is thinking about buying or selling a home, just give me a call with their name and phone, their name and business number, and I'll be happy to follow up with them. I'm going to repeat that. Okay, great. I'm going to, stay in contact with you. And if you know of anyone who's thinking about buying or selling a home, just give me a call with their name and phone number and and I'll be happy to follow up with them. Now, what are you doing? You're training them to call you with the referral. Because, see, if you have the referral and you have the buyer or seller's number, you can call them as many times as you want to get the business. If you teach your database, well, here, I'm going to send you some of my cards. Will you pass out my card? Well, you know what? I gave your card out to my landscaper the other day because he was thinking about selling his property. Great. I'll sit back and wait for his call. Oh, he didn't call yet? Oh, well, I'll wait another day. Oh, he still hasn't called yet? A week goes by, he's never called yet? Why? Because the guy, it wasn't on the top of his mind. He just happened to be, talking to the guy, the landscaper, and the landscaper's busy. You hand him a business card. When the landscaper's good and ready, he'll call you. But if you would have trained your COI, hey, listen, my landscaper's thinking about, buying a house. We were just talking, he was talking about relocating. Great. Here's my landscaper's name and phone number. I mentioned to him that you might give him a call, and I gave him your business card. Wonderful. Now I can follow up with the landscaper. I can say, hey, listen, I just talked to Charlie today. He said that you're thinking about maybe making a move. Just want to leave you my contact information. No pressure whatsoever. My name's Kano Keller. I'm with White Sands Realty Group. You can reach me on my cell phone at area code 941-915-1297. Give me a call. Love to chat with you about some real estate. Super simple, but you're in control. All right? So we'll make sure we do that. For those who say yes, I will refer you, add them to your client appreciation program. Again, that is our 52-step program that we have, or what they call their 33-step program. Follow up with them with a personal note, okay? So I'm a huge advocate of writing people personal notes. Keep it simple. Hey, it was great talking to you. Hey, thank you for the confidence in me. And throw your business card in there and just say, or 2 business cards. Hey, I included a couple business cards, one for you and one for you to give away. Being funny. All right? For those that say no, it's time to delete them from your database. I love this trainer. By the way, this is Brian Buffini stuff. And Brian Buffini, he's like, listen, don't waste your time with people that just say no. Let's go find some yeses. Delete everybody else out of your database that says no. That way you're left with everyone that says yes. Anyway, he says delete them out of the database. Now you know where to spend your time and money, okay? Step 6, you're done with your top 25. Now it's time to call your next 25. And again, you're going to want to rate them, qualify them, and build that relationship. Okay? So, when you're starting to think about these different relationships, one of the things that you might want to do is, we're going to build this. How do you build your center of influence? What is your center of influence? Well, it's people that you know personally and in business. You can build it and manage those relationships. You're going to start with the ones you know. You're going to organize your business contacts. You're going to create a database with your contacts. You're going to have a plan to expand your COI, meaning you're going to actually have a plan in action that goes out and helps you meet new people. You're going to have a plan to stay in contact with your database. That's where we have our, our 52-touch plan, a 33-touch plan. We're going to plan on staying in touch with them. We're going to deepen the relationships. All right. So how are we going to deepen relationship? Well, we're going to have a plan to stay in touch with your database on a regular basis. That's very important. Your plan should include several different medias and different touch points, meaning a Facebook touch, an email touch, a phone call, a just listed email flyer, a postcard. Okay, so you're going to touch them different ways throughout your relationship. You must bring value to your relationship. Must bring value. You want to be a resource for your database. You want to remind them that they can call you for vendors. I mean, you got some great, hey, if you ever need a vendor, like a roofer, a landscaper, a carpenter, a flooring person, a painter, just want to let you know, I got you covered. Give me a call. I got some great ones. So if you ever need a, resource, or if you have a question about, anything that has to do with real estate, give me a call. All right, you want to get personal and really get to know your A's and A pluses. What I mean by getting personal, you just can't keep it like a surface kind of relationship. Have coffee with them. Really get to know them. Who are their dogs? Who are their kids? What do they like to do? All right, again, have a system to automate the process. Some things that you can do to expand your COI. Well, you can do networking. You can join community clubs. You can, like Sertoma, Sunrise Rotary. I mean, there's all kinds of different clubs that you can join. Community events through the chamber, other community events, charities like United Way or the Cancer Society or Muscular Dystrophy. Chamber commerce is another way to get connected with people. Social networking. I mean, some people are incredibly great at social networking. Through your children and their friends, through your children. You can do events and parties and things of that nature. That can also, help in you expand. And what I find that most agents, do is they love this concept. They love the idea of building their database. They love the idea of maintaining contact, and they're all excited when you first get started, right? And then they're adding probably, 2 to 4 people a week into their database. But then they've been in the business now, for 2 months. Well, they need to go back and contact their database again. Well, I just did a month and a half ago. I understand you did, but they don't go back and contact them again. And then they don't go out and add any new people to their database. They think that a lead that they got from an open house is an addition to their database. No, that's a lead. That's, an opportunity that you can eventually build a relationship with, but that doesn't really count as someone that you're building into your database. And when you look at the numbers, when you have a database built, and let's see if I have the numbers here. Yeah, let's take a look at the numbers, okay? Let's just say, all right, and I'm going to be, this is unbelievable conservative, okay? Let's just say the first year all you had were 20 people that you knew that would refer you. That's all you had your first year in business. And you only got 10%. And by the way, the National Association of Realtors has done many, many studies over my entire career. And every person in your life knows 3 people in a given year that are going to buy or sell real estate. I'm going to repeat that. Everybody knows 3 people that are going to buy or sell real estate in a calendar year. That's it. So, for instance, I have 20 people in my life. There are potentially 60 leads or 60 opportunities or 60 referrals that could come to me. All right? I'm saying that I'm only going to get 2 that turn into a sale. All right? Now, your goal, there's 60 potentials. Your goal is to get them to refer 1 a year. That's it. 1 of those 3 you would like for them to refer you. So if you got 20 referrals, okay, at a 10% chance that they would move all the way to a sale, your first year in business, you'd make $6,000 per deal. That would give you $12,000. Doesn't sound like a lot of money. The second year, all you do is grow it and double it. Okay, so now you get 40, 10%, and then you get 4 sales. That's $24,000. Again, still not a lot. The third year, you get 80 referrals because you have 80 people in your database, and all you're doing is adding 20 20 people a year. I'm sorry, you're doubling a year. You're getting everybody to refer you one person a year. 10%, that's 8 sales, that's 42,000. Still not exciting, but it's stable. And then, you know, you get up to 160 people in your database that would refer you. Now you get, now you're talking some decent kind of money. Now remember, this is just one pillar of your business. You have multiple pillars in a business. Now you get now you're making $96,000 from referrals. Year 5, 320,000. I'm sorry, 320 people in your database, 10% return. That's 32 sales. Now you're talking year 5, you're making $192,000 just from your referral business. Did you know that you could probably add, you could probably build a database of at least 50 people per year? So think about how quickly you could get through these years' numbers. And these are very conservative. You know, I always tell my agents, listen, if you had 100 people in your database, they all referred you one person, that's 100 referrals. And let's say half those referrals, 50% were bad. So you end up with 50 people that are currently in the marketplace that want to buy or sell. And out of those 50 people, 50% of them are bad. Something goes wrong in the relationship, they buy without you, something happens, and you only end up with 25 sales. All right? 25 sales, where the average commission, you know, is $9,000. Let's say $300,000 is your average target market. I normally use a lot less. I use 6,000. I'll use that. So 25 sales had $6,000. Okay? We're talking $150,000. That's $150,000 for them buying a $200,000 house on average of 25 sales. That's $150,000 gross income. That's worth doing. I mean, that one pillar is so worth doing. The problem is it's unpredictable. When you're working on referrals, it's unpredictable. You're going to have a slew of them, and then you're going to have some dry spells. That's why you have to have other pillars in your business. But this is one pillar that you definitely need to maintain and pay attention to. I got one other thing probably to tell you about. Just some joggers that can kind of help you with your business. For instance, you have a sheet here that can help you label out all the vendors that you probably can think of. If you print this out 3 times and have 3 vendors for each category, right there alone is 90-something people. Not saying that you have to do that. I'm just saying that, you know, when agents say, well, I don't know anyone, I always look at them and deep down in my heart, I'm going, well, that's a choice. You know, that's a choice. Here's another memory jogger. That you can use. This memory jogger just talks about your friends, your family, your neighbors, people that you meet every day, your social networking groups, again, friends from school, college, categories, holiday cards. So again, other resources. I've talked to you guys about that. And then, you know, just, again, clarifying who your A's are. Who are your A's? Determine who your best of the best are and answering the following question. Who has sent you multiple referrals? Who is an advocate of your business and would refer you? Who has done multiple transactions with you? Who is happy with the service that you provide in today's market? All right, so, you know, that's a good way to determine what an A is going to be. Well, I'd like to open this up, guys, to questions that you guys might have. Can you see the power of having a good COI, having a good network?